Iowa is recognized for 3 minutes and 27 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As those have noted, I'm incredibly disappointed the chairman chose not to be with us today. Clearly, the Gruenberg report about the FDIC's workplace culture concerning, to quote the 200-page report, the FDIC remains a good old boys club rife with sexual harassment, discrimination, and other inappropriate misconduct. Other descriptions of the agency include a particular insular hierarchy, risk-adverse culture, and a widespread fear of retaliation amongst the workforce that allowed misconduct to persist, including in the last 7 years alone, 92 harassment complaints made, 0 resulted in any removal, reduction in greater pay, or any disciplinary action more severe than a suspension, something endemic in Washington, D.C. Adding to this disturbing culture was the abuse by Chairman Gruenberg's claim that he had no idea what was happening at the agency, even though he ran it for 10 of the last 13 years when these claims were made. I think one of the most frustrating parts here is how could anyone trust him when it was the Wall Street Journal who found this after just interviewing a few individuals. So, Director McKiernan, I want to speak directly to you. Director McKiernan, your resignation of examiners in training who are highly critical to our nation's economy doubled from 2001 until it hit a new high of 62 in the first 9 months of 2022. Only 48% of examiners hired in the agency remain since 2017. Do you believe the inability of the FDIC to retain talent affects your ability to help regulate my hometown banks in Iowa?
Certainly poses some risk.
I would agree. How does the ability to retain the quality staff impact our ability to police and support and help regulate our banks if these people have all left the job market?
I think it's a very important pressing question. If we can't get our staff retention issues fixed, it's going to continue to mount as a challenge for our mission.
Do you know if the FDIC has fired any employees in the wake of these reports?
The chairman's reported there has been 4 separations. It's my understanding that 3 of the 4 were resignations or retirements.
Do you believe, Director McKiernan, that the chairman should have been the first person fired on this list?
Well, that is a question that is reserved to our elected leaders, but if I were asked by them my view on what's best for the agency, it's very clear to me that we need a fresh start and sooner rather than later.
I think 92 harassment cases would say he should have been gone, and I think an entire country is looking for dependable leadership that's clearly failed, and they're asking for his resignation. He should listen to the country. So with that, Comptroller Hsu, you've read the Wall Street article report titled "Strip Clubs, Lewd Photos, Boozy Hotels, the Toxic Atmosphere at the Bank Regulators FDIC" that was published a year ago. I'm glad to hear that I have an extra copy here if you've not read it. Was this just an accepted part of the culture that you were part of?
It's totally unacceptable.
I would agree with that. It's not just normal, as has been highlighted, correct?
Totally unacceptable.
Finally, one staffer was advised, just smile and make your supervisor feel good, as was reported in this.
Yeah, all the behaviors highlighted in that article are totally unacceptable, and the root causes of that are there's a culture and there's a structure at the FDIC which need to be transformed.
Concur. 20 women quit. We have a understaffed banking regulation. This is something the chairman needs to stand down.
Gentleman's
and restart
time
that
has
culture.
expired.